Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer and this is Kentucky Route Zero. We're back on our continuation and now we're going to do Act 5. So, when they've stopped moving it around, let's play Act 5. I don't remember anything other than the fact that Conway wasn't feeling great. Act 5, Scene 1. Here we go. Wonder if there's a catch-up. Oh no, just a town. Cool. Towns are positive. Generally. Oh, set my timer. That's a town. It's a flooded town, but it's a town. Oh. Here's a dude. And I can't remember voices that I used, so bear with me. Oh, he's sighing. Don't know why I'm explaining that to you, you would have heard it. Ah, there's our little troop of people. Let's just put the game volume up again. Give me just a minute. How did this all fit in that truck? It's bigger on the inside. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. The flowers are opening. Dew glistens on the grass. The worms are going to be out for sure. Planning a fishing trip? Maybe tomorrow. So, where is 5 Dogwood Drive? Alright, no idea. Maybe we should split up. Okay, holler if you find anything. I can't say the other one because it has a W word in it. I don't want Bexy to hear it because it's quite late at night. Oh. Am I controlling the cat? Is he actually asleep though? I am controlling the cat. Why am I controlling a cat? Ooh. This sounds like I'm going in the right direction. Aha. What have I spotted over here? Jorge scanned the shelf. He quickly found the book he was looking for. There are only a few dozen left. More shelves than books now. The result of an experiment called the New Selection. Privately, he called it the Purge. A Crystal Age, anonymous, a fairly recent publication. Jorge flipped through the pages for a minute. The binding was stiff. He hadn't read the book, but he had discussed it with Isabel, the community architect. It was the story of a man who sleeps for thousands of years and awakens into a world without hunger or strife. Isabel had requested the book, part of a collection she was building called Ecological Mysticism, and that was to be the latest victim of Frazier's reckless experiment. Frazier proposed... Damn it, Niles, this is a costume party. Frazier proposed and executed experiments just like any other community member, but his experiments had a scorched earth quality. They were all destructive. He moved from one area of community life to the next in search of excess to cut back. Lately he turned his scythe to the library. The New Selection meant decimating their store of books according to Frazier's own inscrutable criteria. Now we are guarding something vital every time we take a book from the shelves. No more time lost to printed chaff. Frazier's colourless voice echoed in Jorge's mind. He felt like spitting. Instead, he took the book under his arm and set off for the woods. Well, that's good, but it doesn't how we find number 5 Dogwood Drive, does it? Oh, I say greeting to this young lady. Oh, hey, kitty. Oh, that's Rita. Where'd you come from, huh? Follow a bird up here? These folks, the ones who built this thing, they chase birds too. Anything else left to say? Anything? Wow, he is a deep sleeper. Yeah, listen to that. Okay, so these are the people in the last interlude. Okay. Making me a bit sleepy. Okay, so they're busy watching someone sleep, which is, you know, perfectly cool and normal. What's going on here then? What kind of fish are those? They're goldfish. They eat algae and mosquito eggs. Very helpful. Sounds like a good job. Oh no, this is after the storm. Okay. Yes, it does. My job today is to write a poem. Who's it for? It's for me, I think. Okay, so, right. Can I go any further this way? Anything going on up here by the church? Sorry? Ah, now listen, just one more thing. I have watched Lord of Columbo, this is true. Oh, my accents change all the time, that's nothing new. If anything, the changing accents bring continuity to this series. Sorry? Yes. Okay, so let's get this cat back out of the woods and then see who else we can talk to. If anybody. Ooh, a sinkhole. And the cat can meow down the sinkhole. I wonder if that's the sinkhole where the other folk were in, Act 3, I think? Oh, Junebug and Johnny! God, I've forgotten these guys. It's like Junebug and Johnny strain to hear the noises coming from the well. It's like people talking, but not to each other. Maybe they're on the phone? You think the truck's okay down there? Sure, I doubt any thief could get it started. Okay, that one did go Columbo, but that wasn't deliberate. Will it still fly? Pick an accent that's not Columbo. Oh yeah, she just got banged up a little in the storm. I'll have her up and running again by this afternoon, I'm sure. I'm an actor, you know. Can I fly it? No. At first they only observed the truck from a distance. It was an alien carcass, something that made more sense in death than in life. The company had dropped it off in the middle of the day when everyone was sat at the plant. Let it sit overnight, alone and strange. Nicky thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved. To Elmo, the truck was simply beautiful. Let's talk about Ron for a second. He fell asleep in the last one. The truck reminded him of New York City, which he'd visited once by bus, and which he'd made a great impression on him, especially the mountains of garbage that dotted the sidewalks. The truck didn't smell yet, but it would. A glorious patina built up over the decades of progress and labour. In New York, he said, everyone put their garbage out on the sidewalks like they were proud of it, or proud of what it signified. We have defeated another week, and here is its corpse. Everyone had to agree this was money and attention that would have been better spent addressing the town's drainage problems. Made me finally get started on that damn messianic ditch. Still, they had a few things to dispose of: broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. They gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, some shadows would come in from the night woods and haul the garbage away on a cart. Ah. They've really done some... I mean, the graphics were never bad in this game, but they've done some serious work on this. It's a lot more 3D than I was expecting it to be. Wanda. Who's Wanda? Is she a fish? Meow. Nope, nothing. Just sleeping peacefully. Oh, here we go. Think it'll rain anymore? Nah. I don't see any clouds. That's just Emily, Ben and Bob talking. Oh, and here's... yep. Okay. This headstone has no name on it. Maybe it was his choice. Some stubborn old man not wanting the town to fuss over him even in death. Still, burial is not only for the dead. Disapprove I'm being too morbid. You're right, of course. Back to the road, huh? Okay, what's this thing? A tree trunk. A shadow in a tree trunk. The seer reclined in his tree, carving fine details into a small wooden pipe. She'd done the bulk of the carving over hazy mornings with the stoneworker. He smoked constantly. She only smoked when she was happy, or very sad, or bored. From this height she could see the earth movers shaping the mounds under the draftsman's supervision. She could see him inspecting his plan, the drawing he'd made from her game, the map. It is about now I'm regretting not re-watching the last episode of Act 4. But then mistakes were made. Oh, something's happening in the barn? Nope, nothing's happening in the barn. Okay, cool. So then we come back to, presumably, roughly where we started. And I still have to figure out where I need to go. Oh, we've got a notepad now. Ooh. So yeah, this flood was bad. Oh well, no, farmer outplays. It shouldn't have happened. We should have repaired that. Ah, here we go. Everyone seems to have gathered somewhere. And now you'll return to Chicago? Eventually. I was thinking I'd just drive for a while. I guess I'll be getting back on the road myself before long. Hey, take your time. Oh, look what I found. Is that a toy? It's a pipe, I think. Super ancient. It's probably about 1,000 years old. People who made these mounds, they used to carve these. Why didn't they build this huge dirt spiral? Excuse me. Thank you, baby. Always in twos. Oh. Thank you, baby. Most of these ancient earthworks are thought to be burial mounds, but this one definitely isn't. To be honest, I don't know what it's for. So this is definitely a slow start to Act 5, but then this isn't necessarily surprising since it's easing us back in. Ezra, you can't fly the plane, boy. They're still just chatting about whether it's going to rain or not. Oh, no, there was something over there, wasn't there? Just do a meow. Nope. Okay, so he's getting everything back in place. Ooh, a ghostly figure. Conway? A lizard darts out from beneath a rock. No sign of the lizard now. So now where do we move on to? All these questions and more to be answered after this interval. There is no interval. Well, everyone's moved on then. Sorry, my mouse clicked on something outside of the game, so I had to readjust. I don't know where everyone's buggered off to. They've all just gone. Oh, they're over here, right, okay. What's going on over here then? Well, the mailbox says 5 Dogwood Drive. Is there a doormat? Sometimes the key is under the doormat. What am I saying? Strange thing, but I think I've been here before. Anyone else? Just showed up, the house. Where did it come from? Maybe it blew in with the storm. Okay. And there's the sound of the robot walking again. Nobody lives here? Someone does live here. They keep it pretty tidy. Feels warmer in here somehow, right? Strangely comfortable. It's actually quite spacious. Yeah, you could fly a plane in here. What this town needs is a kitchen. So much room that we could set up a whole studio. A music studio? Cool. Oh yeah, lots of room. Plus everything we recorded would have bird sounds on it. That's kind of a cool signature, right? I could set up a new workshop here. I could fix TVs again, or whatever people need. Hell, I could fix toasters. You know what this place is? It's a big doghouse. What a house for one old dog. The land spread out on the floor, you get more sun that way. I kind of feel like I'm on stage right now, actually. Know what I mean, ma'am? Yeah, but who's the audience? Everybody's leaving. You could put on a play for all the animals. I'd like to see that. We saved what we could. Okay. A bit defensive. Hey cat, I'll race you. From here to that pile of mail, okay? Meow. Where's the pile of mail? Oh, there's the... Is that the pile of mail? There's something to see here. Clyde lay on his back at the runway, hands folded behind his head, halfway between dreams and the afternoon sun. He entertained the momentary delusion that he'd survived a plane crash, and was vaguely unhappy when the dream faded. The runway smelled like oil, years of leaky light aircraft taking off and landing. All the state that they wanted was to knock down some trees, many trees, and build a road tying this small town to the larger web of streets and highways that entomb the rest of the country. But Clyde and his inner circle of stunt pilots turned mail carriers knew that the road would be the end of their secluded paradise. Where's the pile of mail? Because Ezra's going to beat me there. God damn Ezra. Seriously, where is this pile of mail? Oh, there's a conversation happening over there. It ain't like it used to be around here, I'll tell you that. What changed? Runway's got some cracks in it for one. Cass never would have let that happen. You miss her, huh? I thought she's still here, in the hangar, the runway, her old cards. To tell you the truth, I've long suspected the reason Cass never wanted any roads here was just to keep the horses safe. And now... Elmo gave Rita a tour of the cameras and wiring. She'd just been through a certificate program on public broadcasting at the community colleges. So no surprises there. Nikki showed her the video databank, James demonstrated the sand-in image processor, and Ron came barreling in with an urgent expression. Rita had entered the public broadcasting program at Fishtrap Lake Community and Technical College with a vague desire to be a newscaster. One of her instructors got her excited about pirate television, and she followed threads through TV and activist communities until she found herself here somehow, following at WEVP TV. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. She knew things were unravelling, knew from experience what that looked like. Wouldn't it be nice to arrive at the beginning of something for once? As she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from town affairs, she heard other possibilities. She studied their faces and found concern for sure, but also something like relief, hope, an awakening of play. Nikki looked like she might have been daydreaming. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company's shadow and build something on their own. Ron said the TV station would still be funded by court order. Could that be their anchor? So that's where we were in the interlude. That's what happened to it after this bloody storm. Hey cat, I'll race you from here to that pile of mail, okay? What pile of mail? Something else going on here. Six or seven men stood in the sun about a dozen yards from the ditch. He could hear them laughing. He tried not to hear them, and he said he listened to the shovel punching through the dirt as he shaped the trench. It was wet dirt, mud really. Made a hungry sound as he shaped the trench walls. One man was louder than the rest. He had a nervous laugh that sucked up all the air around him. The out-of-towner stuck his shovel into the dirt and squeezed the bridge of his nose. He sneezed and took a swig from his thermos. The laughter quieted into greedy chuckles, and he could feel the men approaching. Okay, let's have a look around some more of the... Rita took the weeds. Alma stood next to her with a bucket. She passed him the uprooted weeds and he stuffed them into the bucket. They worked this way for a few hours. Dark clouds drifted slowly closer, but wouldn't arrive until evening. Rita and Almo left to get some tea. The bucket of weeds sat warming in the sun. The dandelion wilted and the clover dried. Some wayward insects continued to eat. When Rita and Almo returned, they assumed the same roles and continued working. The garden was coming along well, as they could hope, given months of neglect. When the plant shut down, the company abruptly pulled out of the area and took a large part of the town's population with it. This included the Carver family who attended this garden, the largest and most productive in town for years. Now the garden would be cared for by a new family, and feed what was left of the town and whatever it became next. They didn't know much about gardening, but they were prepared to learn on the job. They knew for sure they would plant tomatoes. Those had grown well from his garden in the past. Rita and Elmo worked until it started to rain. The rain washed their sweat into the dirt. I'd forgotten how atmospheric and how much of a reedy game this was. Glad to be back in it. Very glad to be back in it. Where's this bloody pile of mail? Mind you, Ezra hasn't moved, so be fair to the kid. What goes on over here? Anything? Anything at all? No, nothing. Nothing's going on. Nothing's happening. It's over. Everybody looks pissed. Generic Family Guy reference. Oh, conversation. No, miss, they don't scare me at all. If you met them, you'd feel the same way, I'm sure. I don't believe old Jorge would ever hurt us. He's kind and a bit of a bookworm as far as I can tell. Sometimes Rita finds a book from the old library and we leave it out for him. I think he likes that. I guess I got to imagine he likes it anyway. To tell you the truth, I feel a little bad I won't be here to care for them anymore. Isn't that something? I think I might stay here. Is that ridiculous? I'm glad to know someone will be around after we're gone. Yeah, there's a lot of... I think there's definitely ghosts in this town, hence the ghostly figures, but... There's really never been a road to this place, why not? Oh, the crow's back. Gentle cooing. How'd they manage that? Makes sense to me. I guess we could, but it sounds like a lot of work. Okay then, guess we better get started. The boy is talking to the crows. This is what's happening now. This is a thing. A house. What happens in the house is probably the last thing we do before the end of this episode, and I try and figure out what the heck is going on. Paints and chalk in the small bag, diary in the large bag, stuffed dog in the small bag, photograph of Chris in the large bag, not to do with me. No, in the small bag. Oh, Sandra couldn't decide. She kept the photo of should she keep the photo of her husband, or should Alex keep the photo of his father? She dreaded the separation from her son. Fraser insists it was just to help artists develop independence and community ethics, but she's seen the same thing happen to Isabel after criticising Fraser's new flood control plans. It's obviously a punishment. She set everything down, closed her eyes, massaged her temples, and wondered, not for the first time, how Fraser had consolidated so much invisible power so quickly. How had he done it? Had he in fact done anything at all to claim this incredible lattice of influence? Or had they simply, blindly, given it to him? Well, we shall find out, possibly, in the next couple of episodes. So thank you very much for watching. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, please do like and subscribe. Check out the game in the description below. If you're new to the channel, check out the rest of this playlist dating back to 2017, 3 years ago, in the description below. You might think I'm being way behind, but actually, 3 years ago, that was when this first started, and then they brought out this final chapter in January of this year, 2020. So at least I hope it's this year. By the time, it might be last year by the time this video gets out. I don't know. Obviously by now you know I'm pre-recording everything way ahead of time. So either way, check out the annotations on the screen you're about to see. Thank you ever so much for watching. I was me. That was Kentucky Route Zero. We'll see you in the next episode, guys.
Progress. We've now got cows, as you saw in the last episode. We fed them grass and manure. No, we haven't fed them manure. Sorry, grass.
Shittest farmers ever.
Yes. Eat
God damn
this, you bastards!